Sawadee. This week we're going to take a step back again from our technical work, and we are going to focus specifically on speed and incorporate some agility exercises into that.
Sawadee guys, welcome to this week's training. This week we'll be working on some drills to improve our speed during our techniques. That would be both from our upper limbs as our lower limbs.
Your hand speed, important for your punches, your foot speed, important for pretty much everything. So for your kicks and knees off the ground, but even just moving around the ring, your footwork and agility on your feet is really important. So speed and agility are one of those key elements to make a good all-round fighter. You can have good technique, you can have great power, but if you're slow, you're always going to be at a disadvantage. So for this week's exercises, if you have something like an agility ladder, that's great. That'll help you with your footwork exercises. If you don't, it's also fine. You can make use of your own lines on the floor. So if you have a piece of paving like I have, you can draw yourself an equivalent of an agility ladder with chalk. You could set up other markers just to help you visualize the area for your footwork exercises.
We also have to keep in mind that we can't compromise our technique. So like every other technique, it's important to have our proper stance, our guard up, chin down, and our C-section. And we can start with some exercises just to build muscle memory. Let's say we're going with a jab. We can start with going slowly, and then we start improving the speed. And it's important that we keep breathing out while we do the technique. So it's going to be, and a very good way to improve our speed is to focus on moving our feet more. And by moving our feet, we'll be able also to incorporate more of our hips into it. So as I jab, I step my left foot down. As I cross, my right foot down. And of course, putting my hips into it. Once you get comfortable with that, then you can start moving to the sides, which can be very useful as well. So as I'm moving, I'm jabbing. And then you can start playing around and putting your elbows into it, for example. Jab, elbow, jab, elbow. The same thing applies to our feet. Alright, so let's say we're going for a roundhouse kick. The secret is in bouncing off as soon as your foot hits the floor. And again, the more you do it, the more you have that muscle memory. And then it becomes easier and easier to do it. Once again, it's important that you really keep your stance. Alright, see, when I'm kicking, I'm not leaning back, I'm not letting both of my hands down, and my chin is not coming up. Of course, I'm trying to keep my head centered, because if I lose my center of balance, then I'll fall back and I won't have any power in my technique. So from there, and again, breathe out. So you can do the same with knees. And that can be very useful when you come to a fight or inspiring, because if the opening is there, then you want to capitalize on it.
So your exercises for the week are going to be working in sets. You've got 4 sets of 3 different exercises. So you have a speed exercise, you'll have a technical exercise, and an agility exercise. Even for the technical exercise, the focus must be on speed. At the same time, don't take away from your technique in order to increase your speed. So for example, in your first exercise this week, you'll be doing a jab, and then a 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. So don't, when you're doing the multiple strikes, don't take away from your technique. So don't let your jab be out there. It's not good technique. You want to jab, bring it back, jab, bring it back. At the same time, don't bring it back too far in order to get that impulsion. Bring it just back to its original position. Okay, if you bring it back too far, your guard's going to drop, you're going to open yourself up, and actually you reduce your speed because you're covering a longer distance. The first exercise in each of the sets follows the same rhythm of a 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the start. In this case, you're using your jab. With your stance switching exercise, this is now an agility exercise using the impulsion in the balls of your feet. So you're going to do it two ways. You're going to switch stance by jumping off both feet, landing same time on both feet, so that. When you switch stance, ensure your hips have now switched over, your shoulders switch positions, that means your guard is switched. So now the other hand is in front, is your lead hand. The other way of doing it is if you were to do an interchange. So in this instance, both feet are not coming down at the same time. You are landing one foot before the other. So to do it slowly, you're going to land and switch, and land and switch, land and switch, land and switch. So with this step, that landing is giving you that impulsion off the floor to drive your next technique. So it's important that you practice that as well. With your exercises involving the continuous punching, the aim really is to keep it flowing with good speed. So your combinations are not too important. It's good to have some sort of rhythm in your punching. You can put combinations together, but ensure that one technique flows into another, and keep it fast, keep it sharp. Second set focuses on your cross punch. First exercise being in the rhythm of 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. Keep it fast and neat. Side shuffle is just an exercise, again, for your agility of your toes. So you're going to bend your knees slightly, you're on the balls of your feet, and all you're doing is shuffle, shuffle. First exercise of set 3 brings in your hooks in a 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4 rhythm. So 1 is left, 2 is left, right, horizontal hook, 3 is left, right, left again, all horizontal hooks. first exercise of your fourth set now goes on to your elbows in a 1-2-1-3-1-4 rhythm. 1 being leading with your left horizontal elbow, the 1-2 being left and right horizontal elbows, with the 3 adding your left uppercut, and with the 4 adding your rear uppercut elbow.